Alright, so welcome back to another day in the life of a data scientist video. This video is going to be, I guess, more technical. There's going to be a lot of stuff that I'll be doing. I have a lot of big tickets that I have to handle for work, and I also have some things I want to do outside of work for my personal project. Pretty long day today. I have a lot of meetings and a lot of tickets, like I said. So yeah, stay tuned. I got this check-in in a couple minutes, but I do want to give you guys a rundown of what the plan is for today. First, we have two tickets that are urgent and need to get out the door for today. One is related to just finance stuff. I need to pull out certain financial metrics that we're tracking, like margin, fare per mile, like how much it costs a driver to deliver per mile, stuff like that, and compare it by market and stuff, and do some correlation charts to understand different markets' relationships with different fares and stuff like that for insurance purposes. So we can better negotiate insurance fares. And then for the other ticket, it's more so just exploratory analysis for the supply team to try and understand, where we're lacking in supply and how to overcome that. So yeah, that's more fun because that's just, kind of throwing darts on a board and trying to make one stick and understand, issues that are fundamental to our company's business model and solve it. So that's what I'll be working on for work today. And then for my personal project, I'll be integrating Stripe into the app. Pretty much everything is sorted with the app. I would like to improve the UI. Like I said, there's some issues with the dashboard on the profile page just because I've been using Supabase this whole time. I removed Prisma, and I can't seem to figure out how to get group by data or how to group data by day or stuff like that without using RPCs or views. I don't know why. It's just a bug that I'm facing. I'm pretty sure with the new update with Postgres, I think I could do it, but I've just been reading documentation this morning, and I'm pretty sure there's a solution that I just haven't figured out yet. So that's what I'll be doing for my personal project sometime later today. And also I have a concert that I'm going to with my wife tonight. So yeah, that's overall the plan for today. A lot of work stuff, a lot of productivity schedule. We'll see if we hit those goals. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. I got that meeting. And yeah, let me know down below if you guys like these technical day in the life videos, or if you like it to be more, less technical, more just high level of what we do here. Like I said before, I can't go into too much detail, but I do like talking about what I do, explaining the thought process when I make decisions and stuff like that, just so you guys can get a high level understanding of what we do here, and also what a data scientist kind of does at a tech company, so you guys can make the decision for yourself if that's what you're interested in or if that's what you want to do. But yeah, that's about it. I'll catch you guys back in a second after this meeting. So we got that first meeting done. We had some other issues with Stitch in our ETL that I have to navigate. It's a new issue that I've never faced before, but I'm sure there's documentation out there to help me troubleshoot. A lot of the times, honestly, my job entails a lot of Googling. I'm pretty sure most of you would know this, but being a software engineer, data scientist involves a lot of Googling when you're stuck, especially if you know what you're looking for, if you know what the problem is and you just don't know how to implement the solution with code. I find that GitHub and Stack Overflow are your best resources for finding other developers or other coders or data scientists or data analysts that have faced that specific issue, and they document a solution there. So those two websites are probably one of my biggest tips that I can give you guys if you guys are interested in improving your debugging skills or troubleshooting skills. I highly recommend looking at source documentation. Reading source documentation is super underrated and can get you out of a lot of sticky situations. And another thing is community posts like Stack Overflow and GitHub are also super helpful when it comes to troubleshooting problems and issues. But yeah, right now I'm going to be focused on getting all the data collected for this ticket I have for finance. I talked about it previously, but I need to get some finance related data for specific markets and driver fares and just try to understand if we can negotiate our insurance rates and stuff better. That shouldn't take too long depending on what data we have available. I've done some supply stuff in the past, and I do think supply is a super interesting topic here at this company. For those of you who don't know, this is a B2B company that I'm working for. It's kind of like Uber, but for businesses. So instead of shipping people from point A to point B, we ship objects, material, paint supplies, solar panels, stuff like that from point A to point B. And we service all across the US currently. So yeah, it's pretty big in terms of data-wise what I can do. It's also really nice to have a company like Uber or Lyft having a similar business model to what we have, so we can look at their successes, what worked for them, and apply it to our company too. So yeah, a lot of things like Uber H3, we tend to use those things just because we find it helpful. And yeah, a lot of problems that we're facing, Uber has faced before, so we try to implement their solutions where it makes sense. Which is something I might do today. Just look at how Uber deals with supply, how they handle supply issues, and see if it makes sense to recommend or look into those solutions for our business model, which is slightly different. So yeah, that's what I have planned for today. I will get started with that finance project right now, and I have a meeting in about 10 minutes. Just got a notification on my watch, but yeah, I have a meeting in 10 minutes to teach the new data analyst that's coming in how I plan to approach this problem, my thought process, and what I would use in terms of tools that we have allocated to us. So this will involve some sort of Python or R coding, in my opinion at least. You could probably use Excel, but I just prefer coding. So I will pull the data with SQL and then use Python or R to do some statistical analysis, some correlation charts and stuff like that, and then make a report and send it to the finance stakeholder after. So yeah, I'll walk them through my thought process and maybe even share some of the steps I plan to take. I probably won't code live just because I think this is going to take a couple hours and I don't want to be in a meeting for a couple hours, but the goal here is to transfer my approach to solving problems like this to them so they have a better understanding of where they can start, and hopefully take some of the workload that I have, and so that I can focus more on data science stuff in the future. So yeah, that's the meeting that I have right after this. I'm gonna start working on that project right now, and I'll catch you guys back probably after lunch for my next meeting or my next ticket or task. So yeah, I'll see you guys back in a bit. Yeah, so we got the first ticket on the finance ticket. Did everything on Hex. Honestly, wasn't as hard as I thought. It was just a lot of data collection from different tables, a lot of joins, and a lot of aggregation, which is neat. But the whole correlation and understanding different metrics wasn't too crazy. So yeah, that part's done. I'm gonna put that in a report with all the graphs and all the statistics and send that to the finance manager. And then I'm gonna work on the other ticket, the EDA. I think for today, I don't think I can get everything done, but I think for today what I wanna do is convert all the supply data, because I already have a query for that. I'm gonna convert everything to the specific time zones. So we have like about 76 markets in the US. I wanna make sure each market has a specific time zone attached to it so that the data coming in is more accurate, so I can actually visualize, supply in a given area at a given hour block of the day. So my assumption is business hours, we probably have decent supply or a decent supply to demand ratio. We're missing very little orders. We're converting almost every single order from created to delivered. We don't really miss orders from business hours. That's my assumption at least, or hopefully that's the case for most markets. Obviously we have other markets that are less busy, less demand. So maybe those markets are outliers or not as reflective as the other ones. But I'm gonna focus on a couple of main markets that I know we have a lot of business at. I also want to look at a couple other markets like New Jersey, New York, and maybe Los Angeles, just to understand how those markets are doing. But yeah, aside from that, I'm probably gonna start my Stripe integration from my own app. I'm gonna do that after hours. I don't know if I should make a separate server for this integration. I know a lot of people do that because they don't want to get DDoSed, and it's just probably best practice to have a separate server for payments. But yeah, that could be complex. I don't know if I have time to do that. I'm probably just overthinking this, but I'll look up a couple of tutorials to see how people do that and decide if it's probably best for me to do that too. I'm gonna test out GPT 4o. They sent me an email today. I know it came out a couple of days ago, but they sent me an email today saying that the cost is cheaper, it's faster, so might as well give it a try, see if the queries and the outputs come out to what I expect it to be. I'm also using other LLMs, so it's not too big a deal if it's not. I don't mind keeping it the way it is. I think it's pretty decent and it's ready for launch. But if it's faster and it's better, then might as well play around with it. But my goal is to bring this thing to market as soon as possible. So right now I just need to brush up on some UI stuff, get the payments integrated, RBAC done, and then find a way to productionize this thing and bring it to market so you guys can try it out. So but yeah, I'm gonna just go heads down and focus on this, try to get a good 1 to 2 hours of work done. I do have a meeting in like 25 minutes, so I'll try to get on that if I can, if I'm not needed. But aside from that, I'm just gonna try and get these tickets done so I can have some more time out of my week to focus on my own machine learning project that I've talked about in my other videos. So yeah, I will see you guys back in a bit. All right, so I got all the tickets done for today, at least what I wanted to get done. I still have, I guess, more work that I could do for the supply ticket, but I'm gonna focus on doing that tomorrow and maybe the rest of this week. But in terms of personal projects, I think I've decided to spend more time on actually making this project, I guess, more up to standard. If it requires an additional server for payments for Stripe, if it's safer that way, I don't want to get DDoSed and lose a ton of money or break the app. But yeah, I think adding an additional server for Stripe payments isn't going to be too bad of an idea. So yeah, we'll see. I also have an idea to implement an additional backend server. So right now what it is it's Next.js frontend and backend, but what I would like to implement is like a Flask app with Python, so I can improve the machine learning capabilities of this app. I'm very native with Python, so I'm much more comfortable using Python to build a lot of models and do a lot of analysis. So, but yeah, what I would like to do, or this is just an idea, I guess, would be to keep the Next.js front end backend and also add an additional Flask Python backend where the Next.js backend talks to that backend from Python. Hopefully this is making sense, but I think that would improve the security so that if you do call any API requests, it goes through the Next.js backend first, and only that backend interacts with the Python backend. This idea makes sense in my head, and I think it shouldn't be too hard to implement, but again, it's going to take additional time and it's also going to delay the project. But I could always just deploy the first version or the current version and then add on all these improvements later on. I would also need to find a way to host that backend server because it's not going to be probably not going to be hosted on Vercel since it's Python. So maybe Heroku or Python Anywhere like I have before. So yeah, all these additional thoughts can be worked out later. Right now I just want to focus on Stripe integration and also UI. So I need to improve the UI a lot and do more client-side validation so that I can save some API requests, call to the backend and stuff like that. So yeah, enough said there. I am gonna get ready for the concert. It's in Michigan, so it's about an hour-ish drive, and it's like peak hour right now, so it's gonna be very busy. It's 5 p.m. So yeah, looking forward to that. I hope I'll see you guys again today, or maybe tomorrow morning closing the video out. But if I don't, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you got some value from the video, leave a comment down below or leave a like and subscribe. That will definitely help the channel out a lot. If you guys like content like this, I post every single week, so stay tuned for more content like this. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.